Look like
it's
it's
snowing me. Hey, the Lakers are throwing money. They think that it's fucking funny, but I'm getting money. I'm getting money. I only live one way. That's Monday to Sunday.
see me on the highway. They calling me the Friday. What up? What up, my
Yeah.
guys? What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. We I'm feeling a little bit better, man. It's time to bring the energy now. It's Saturday. We got 4 games. We're here with our guy LJ from Houston. It's time to cash. LJ, how you doing, my brothers? Everything cool with you?
Oh man, doing great, man. It's time to get this money. The NBA playoffs are finally here, Jay. So let's get it, man. The people have been waiting for us to give them some money and some looks. So let's get to work, man. Let's get busy.
Let's get straight to it, man. It's Us Against The Bookies. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you really like the show, hit the like button, my guys. Like I said, we're gonna go over our top 4 games, go over the some picks, all that good stuff. Let's get to some cash here today, LJ. First game up. It's the reason why we're doing this show a little bit earlier in this one, my guys. First game up, we're going over here to the streets of Philly in this one. We got the 76ers laying 8.5 points at the house versus the Brooklyn Nets in this one, LJ. You got the black and white on. I know you don't really like many sides today, my brother, but yeah, it's a nice shirt right there, man. I must say, but I need to throw the black and white one on. I lean Nets here, my guys. I lean Nets. I think everybody. I'm fading the whole world today. I hadn't taken the Nets, but I do think the Nets are the right side here. I think 8.5 is too much, especially for this early game. This game is simply put, whoever's going to come out making the shots, right? And with this early start, it seems like teams like Sixers don't really like those early starts, LJ. But how you looking at this game, my brother? We got a low total here. A total sits at like 214, 213 and a half at some spots.
Yeah, and that lets me know that the bookies are saying this game is going to probably be close, and I could see the Nets covering this game. But will they is the question. We have to see it first for me to legitimately make a bet on it. But I will lean first quarter over 55 because I do believe that both teams are going to come out with a sense of urgency. They've been off for a while. These starters haven't played. You see what I'm saying in the last couple of games. So they've been sitting waiting, for this game. And Mike, you say minus 8.5 is a lot, man, for us the Sixers. But I have them winning this game plus 14 points, 117, 109, is what I got. So they should win this game and dominate. Embiid should dominate. The Sixers should control the boards. Nets aren't a good rebounding team. I think they're bottom 5 or 3 in rebounding. So the Sixers should control the boards. And Forrest, like you say, putting up the shots. They put up a lot of threes, man. And we already know this NBA, Jay. A lot of these teams predicate on making that three. And they don't have other ways to score. Now, points in the paint is where I'm going to be looking at. Can the Nets score in the paint? Because if they're going to rely on these outside shots, I don't think they're going to be efficient enough to make them. And not only that, the Sixers have won 8 out of the last 10 games versus the Nets, and that's with Durant and Kyrie, on those teams. So if that scoring is gone, I don't see how they're going to make up any more scoring. The fact they got Dinwiddie and Cam Johnson and Bridges out there, not to say they're not, valuable pieces, but they're not putting up 30 points a game. So for the most part, man, I got to sit back and watch the first game for me to make a legitimate side bet. But I will lean first quarter over 55 because I believe that number is a little bit too low.
Yeah, I couldn't talk you out. First off, I'll tell you this. I wouldn't talk anybody out sitting out these first games, guys. The first games are not when you have the best bets, in my opinion, man. It's kind of a fill-out process. You can't be surprised what you see either way. Would I be surprised if the Nets won this game outright? No, I wouldn't. If the Sixers won it by 20 points, would it surprise me as well? It wouldn't surprise me, guys. But I do have an angle. It's called I call this is my angle. I call it the kitchen sink angle. When you lost all 4 matchups versus a team in the regular season, that first game, and you face off against them in the playoffs. We did this last year, but with the Bulls versus the Bucks. That first game is like a prove it to yourself type of spot because, like, obviously it's going to be a real short series. If you come out here and get blown out by 20, 30 points in the first game, your confidence is going to be bad. You already lost all 4 in the regular season, right? So this first game is the kitchen sink for the Nets. Whatever adjustments they want to make, they got to throw everything at the Sixers in this first game. It probably won't work for the rest of the series, but for this one game, I could only look towards Nets plus 8.5. They have 6 3-point shooters. This game is on their shooters, right? Dinwiddie, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Royce O'Neal, Seth Curry, Joe Harris. That's the game right there. If they're making their threes, they could win this game outright. If they're missing their threes, because that's how they're going to stay in this series, LJ. You said, they're not going to get a ton of points in the paint. Maybe when Embiid goes to the bench, maybe you can have a little bit better, but Obviously, on the Sixers, the main player, Joel Embiid, the MVP right now. You got to throw in Tyrese Maxey as well because Maxey's an absolute
Yeah.
baller. But I can tell you this right now: Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges, they can be some pests for Harden and Maxey over there. I'm tripping,
Mm-hmm.
man. Let me throw my glasses on, man. What the hell are we doing here? But
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I want to bet Nets plus 8.5 here. I think it's the right side in this game. I do want to watch. I mean, the Sixers come out with something. You could probably like this could be a live bet game. I will be looking towards betting the Nets at some point in this game. I don't care if they get down 10, 15 points. I do think the Nets can start making some threes and come back in this game. And like I said, I even think they covered an 8.5 here. So this is a game where I just feel like the Nets do come out with some. We know Mikal Bridges. I couldn't talk you off looking at Mikal Bridges props as well. He's been very vocal about him not liking the 76ers. They actually they drafted him and then traded him on draft night, and he said he was real down about this shit. Once everybody left the hotel, he was like, "Man, screw all this, man." So I feel like Mikal Bridges is gonna have some up his sleeve here, and if he does, if he comes here to ball out, it's gonna be a tough game for the Sixers, in my opinion. I think 8.5 is too many for this first game. I know the Sixers have blown them out, but a lot. I feel like this. When everybody on one side today, I'm fading that shit, man. So I'm only looking at Nets plus 8.5 here, LJ. Any other thoughts on this one? Any props that you'd be looking at here?
Yeah, I couldn't talk you off the Maxey prop. You know, they usually start Melton, so that means Maxey comes off the bench usually. And the Nets don't have nobody, in my opinion, to match him off the bench. So if Maxey comes off the bench, I could see his points going over. Also, could look at Dinwiddie. You know, his assists, he's averaged 12 assists in his last 6 games, double digits. 5 out of the last 6, but they got it at 9.5 plus 110. So when I look at that, it's plus money for a reason. He may just hit the 9 and don't make the hook. So that's just a lean towards that. But I can't talk you off the Nets plus the 8. I'm really leaning towards 2 because they're 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 road games. So
exactly. Somebody in the chat said they had just got a plus 9. I didn't see that, man. But I think Nets plus the 8.5 is the right side in this game, guys. So I hadn't bet it. I will try to probably look towards a live bet in this game. I think the Nets can keep this game close within 5 or 6 points, maybe even win this first one outright. This is their best chance to get a win, in my opinion. Throw the kitchen sink at them. Whatever they saw in the 4 games in the regular season, you got to come up with something different than that. Then it'll be on the Sixers to counteract that for the rest of the series. But this first game, I'd be looking towards the underdog, plus 8 Nets, plus 8.5. The only way that I'm looking at this one, my guys. Let's head over to the streets of Boston here, LJ. The Celtics. Yeah, so this shit's up to 10 now, guys. Celtics up to 10 here. It's a lot of public money coming in on them this morning. I don't like these aren't the favorites that I like today, to be honest with you. I do think the Hawks could possibly cover this game. I hadn't bet the Hawks. I don't want to bet against the Celtics. Every single time I bet against them, they screw me off, my guys. So I cannot bet against the Celtics, but I do think the Hawks have some matchups here that could give the Celtics maybe some problems. And it's the same thing. If the Hawks are making their threes, Bogdanovich, Sadiq Bey coming off the bench, they could do well in this game. It's crazy because the Celtics aren't good on rest. When they're coming off 2 or 3 more days of rest, they are not good. LJ, how you looking at this game, my brother?
I mean, you know me, Jay. I don't bet Celtics games. I don't trust them. You know, like they just rely too much on that 3-point, and I know they're going to put up the 3 points today because Atlanta shoots threes. So they're probably going to, both teams probably going to put up 30 to 35 attempts from the 3-point line today. So who's going to be efficient enough to make the shots, you know, and I can't pick that right now, you know, and I don't, like I said, I don't bet Celtics games because I got a little thing with you. When I bet them, they lose. When I don't bet them, they win. So I just stayed off of them, you know, but it's going to be determined from the 3-point line and the points in the paint because the Hawks, that's where they get their points, in the paint. 64 points in the paint versus Miami last game. They're top 5 last 3 in points in the paint. Now, the Celtics rely on that 3-point shot. Like I say, they take a lot. They're second in the league from points from the 3, averaging 16 3-points made a game. The Hawks are bottom 5, only averaging 10. So that's where the game is going to be determined. I'm predicting that the Hawks are going to come out with some sense of urgency. Like you just said the last game, it applies to this too. The Celtics have beaten them 3 games in a row. You see what I'm saying? And they didn't. They started set out the last game, I believe. But the Boston has dominated this matchup for the most part. So the Hawks, first quarter, they're 11-4 against the spread. Last 15 in the first quarter. That's second in the NBA first quarter points. So if I had to make a bet in this game, I would take the Hawks first quarter. and leave it alone because you don't know what's going to happen towards the end of the game. And
Yeah.
the over tends to hit on Boston games at home, 24-4, one to the over as a home favorite. But for the most part, I'm staying away because I just don't bet Celtics games.
That's a good point there because I was doing a show the other day, and my guy Plum was telling me maybe you want to take Hawks in the first half. Sorry, guys, give me 1 sec. He said maybe you want to take Hawks in the first half plus the 5 there. It's probably going up now, and that's a good look too because if you do want to fade the Celtics, it's going up to 6 now. If you do want to fade the Celtics, you probably want to fade them early before they get in their groove. As the game goes on, they'll probably get more comfortable and probably start making those threes. But they're 2-5 ATS in their last 7 games, coming off 3 or more days rest, and it speaks volumes. I'm a basketball player. When you're coming off not playing for a while, you're out of rhythm, right? So when you like to shoot a lot of threes and they're not going down early, that's the reason why they could be starting out slow there, LJ. So you actually made a really good point there with Hawks first quarter, first half could be the look. Obviously, they just played a play-in game like 3 days ago, so they're more in tune with their shot. They're going to try to play a fast pace. They're going to try to shoot a lot of threes. If they're going in, they could be live in this game. It's really that simple, and it's great because like there's a lot of variance in today's NBA. Whichever team is making their three-pointers are going to be the one that's cash. It's really that simple. We see teams time and time again get outshot by 18, by 21 points on the three-point line. That's literally the whole game, man. So obviously today's NBA is really tough to bet. You got to basically know who's going to be making the threes that night, but I can only look towards the underdog here. The public is all over the Celtics. I don't really care what the public on, but when it's the playoffs, everybody's betting the same games. You see what I'm saying? So that's probably the times when you want to get to fading everybody, or like when everybody on one side, that's kind of when you want to be like, damn, I don't really feel so good about this. So I'm not looking towards Celtics. I'm only looking towards the Hawks here, and I couldn't talk you off the Hawks first quarter. I'd lean Hawks first half and full game in this one. I still think that in this first game, it could be like this could be a little bit different Hawks team that the Celtics faced up against. I believe the first couple of games as well, they faced it up against them with Nate McMillan. This is a Quinn Snyder-led team, and we saw them versus the Heat. They look like a totally different team out there. You see what I'm saying? So you never know what the Hawks going to do in the playoffs. Remember, I believe it was last year or the year before that, they barely made the play-in tournament, won that game, and then they went off on a run, I believe, to the Eastern Conference Finals in there, man. So don't be surprised if the Hawks start playing well. They're not going to beat the Celtics in this series, but I'm saying when you land 10 points, there's definitely room for the Hawks to keep it close there, my guys. I could only look towards the Hawks first half plus the 6 and full game plus the 10. Our guy LJ leaning to the over and the Hawks in the first quarter in this one. Was there any props that you wanted to mention in this one, LJ?
Yeah, I'm looking at Sadiq Bey over 11.5 points minus 130. He's averaging 13 points in his last 5 games, and he plays the most minutes off that Hawks bench. So he had 17 the last game versus Miami. So he should get the production off the bench. He should cash that 11.5 points. I think that's kind of low. So I'm going to take that prop.
I could not talk you off, my brother. I could not talk you off. Let's head over to the streets of Cleveland here. We got the Cavs laying 5.5 points at the house versus the Knicks, getting 5.5 on the road. Do you think that Randall's playing? Did it say anything about Julius Randle playing?
I didn't see it, and
I know they say he was questionable.
Yeah.
Randall's playing. I'll be on the Cavs in this one, my guy. Say he's game time decision. All I need is Julius Randle in there. Cavs gonna take him to trifecta Smack City in this one. LJ, how you look at this game? Do you think the Knicks? A lot of people think they got a chance or they're gonna win the series. Do you think that they have a chance in this first game right here?
I don't know, man. I got to see Julius Randle. You just mentioned it. It's too many parts moving on the Knicks. The only consistent thing I see is Jalen Brunson has played all 4 games in this matchup. So if anything, I will be looking at him. But as far as the side, I'm just going to have to sit back and watch, man. I want to take it easy these first games because we don't know what to expect. We got to see these players adjust to the different lineups and things like that. But the Cavs are much more of an under team. So if I had to make a bet, I would lean the full game under. I think it's going to be a really defensive-minded, and like the Cavs, they're number 1 in points allowed, only allowing 106. 5 of their last 7 games have went under. 4 of the last 5 home games have went under. So I'm just expecting a hard-fought defensive game. Now, my thing is this. When it comes to the bench, I think the Knicks have the advantage because you have Quickly, Josh Hart, you got Toppin, and you got Reddish. Those 4 players can easily get you production off the bench. When the Cavs go to
Reddish not on there no more.
Oh, yes, right. I'm sorry. You're right.
You cool.
Toppin, Hart, and Quickly is who the 3 I really want. Harkenstein, too. He comes off the bench as well. But far as the Cavs, the only person they really have off their bench is Karis LeVert. Kevin Love is gone. So where is the production going to come off that bench if certain players in the lineup get in foul trouble like Allen or Mobley? Even Garland could get you 2 fouls early. So if Donovan Mitchell has to be Superman and carry this team, I don't think he's going to be able to have enough versus the Knicks, who plays hard fought defense when it comes down to it, and they're good ATS team on the road as well. So I just want to sit back and watch, see how they feel each other out. But I'm leaning towards the under 217 full game.
I like it. Couldn't talk you off. Yeah, I want Randall to come in here. I want him to be starting. And then I like Cavs in the first quarter. I actually think the Cavs come out here and catch a trifecta spot. And LeVert heard the noise about the Knicks bench and all this good stuff. And he said he took it to the heart. And he said he coming out to play. I couldn't talk you off looking at some Karis LeVert props in this one. He said, all right, y'all want to talk about the Knicks bench? I got a little something for you. This is one favorite that I think covers today, my guys. You can get a 5 with the Cavs. Like I said, if Randall's in, maybe it might go down to 4.5, but I know for sure if Randall's in there, you want to take Cavs in the first quarter at the house. You know what? Matter of fact, now I think that Randall's gonna play. You know what? Put me down for Cavs in the first quarter. I'm not fucking scared. First quarter -1.5 for the Cavs for me. I am not scared whatsoever. Give me the Cavs with that home crowd energy. LeVert as well. Donovan Mitchell, he's been on an absolute tear. Remember, he closed off the season with 4 straight 40-point games. He's going bunkers once again here. I know that they got some good defenders over there, but Donovan Mitchell is cooking once again tonight. Darius Garland as well. Give me Cavs first quarter -1.5 in this one. I do think the Cavs cash a trifecta spot in this game. Cavs going to come out here and smack these Knicks up by 10 points. Maybe Knicks in game 2, but this game 1, this is one that I like for the Cavs in this one. And it's crazy because all the public is on the underdog in this one. There's some guys that I like to fade here. They like, and the Knicks fans all led. They taking the Knicks in this one. I'm fading their ass. Give me Cavs in the first quarter, and I'll be honest, I might get there with Cavs full game as well. I think they win this game by 10 to 15 points. This is a smack city spot for the Knicks first game. I know they play good on the road, but maybe this game 2 is their spot, not this one. Cavs coming out here hungry, ready to go. They hear the noise about the Knicks. I think the Cavs are better top to bottom, especially with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen down low. It's going to be really tough to get baskets at the house. The Cavs ball out at the house. They will come out here and cash that first quarter -1.5. They will likely come out here and cash the trifecta spot. The Cavs can ball, and I think they finna show the world that they're a force to be reckoned with over there in the Eastern Conference, guys. Give me Cavs first quarter -1.5. I lean their way in the first half and the full game as well. They're taking the Knicks to trifecta smack city spot here. I don't give them. If you don't like it, you ain't got to bet it. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go, LJ. But you didn't. What do you think about LeVert props off the bench? You say he basically the main player off the bench. What do you think about his props?
I mean, yeah, if it depends on where they put the points at. He's averaging 12 points off the bench. So if they have it around there, then hey, I can't talk you off of that. And I can't talk you off the Cavs either, man. They play well at home. That's where they're comfortable at. So I really can't talk you off the Cavs. And if Julius Randle does play, I think you talked me on taking the Cavs early. So
I'm telling you, he gonna be rusty. He didn't even really go through a ton of non-contact practices, guys. But like I said, I hadn't seen that he's confirmed in, but I don't see why he doesn't play here. But I hadn't bet this yet, but like I want Randall to be in there. I don't give a I don't care if he plays or not. Cavs first quarter -1.5 for me. I don't give a damn. I'm not fucking scared. This is what we do. You got to sometimes. I mean, you can't be afraid of a loss, man. Take what you go with your gut and live with the results. Give me Cavs first quarter -1.5 in that one, guys. Last game up, LJ. Let's go over here to the streets of Sacramento here. Kings, Atlanta Point at the house versus the Golden State Warriors. What are we doing here? You can even find a plus. You can even find so Warriors are -1 at a few books as well, guys. So make sure you shop around getting the best number. What do you think happens in this game, LJ? You think the Warriors come out here and take game 1 like they usually do?
It's a possibility, Jay. It's a possibility. I do believe that they will. They're not a good road team, but this is the playoffs. And the Warriors are a monster in the playoffs in past history. Now, it remains to be seen as far as this season. But I'm trifecta over in this game. First quarter, first half, full game. There's only one way to look, Jay. Both of these teams are top in scoring, averaging around 120 points a game. The Kings are a monster over at home, averaging 60 points in the first half at home. The Warriors averages 60-some on the road. I mean, there's no other way to look but just take the over. Now, the side like I said, yeah, I have to fill it out and see. I would lean the Warriors. I really want to take the Warriors just to come in there and shock the Kings in the first game, just to let them know, hey, we've been in the
It wouldn't be
playoffs. We
a
got
shock.
rings.
It
You
wouldn't
wouldn't
be
be
a
shocked?
shock.
It wouldn't be a
No,
shock.
bro.
Kings are favorite.
Everybody like the Warriors here, bro. Everybody, the Warriors are the favorite for the season. I think it would be personally, just how I feel. I can't speak for everybody, but personally, I feel like the world would be shocked if the Kings won Game 1. That's just how I
Wow.
feel.
Okay, well, they're favorite, so that's why I'm just going on the number to saying
Just
they're
1
favorite.
point.
I get it, but they're still favorite,
It ain't
bro.
like they favored by like 3 points, bro. And some books got Warriors -1, the other half got Kings
Okay.
-1, and then the
Okay.
money line is basically like -105. So this
So
is
it's a pick a
basically
pick.
this is a pick 'em type of game.
Okay, well, you can pick who you want. I can't be mad at either side, but my money's on the over. I've already bet it because, like I said, the Warriors are 25 and 16 to the first quarter over on the road. The Kings are 26 and 15 to the first half over at home. The Warriors are number 1 in the last 3 games, averaging 41 points in the first quarter. So I think that a lot of points are going to be scored. And I really feel that Steph Curry is going to average 30-some points in this series, my friend. And I'm taking his prop for sure, over 30.5, -110, because he's averaging 33 points versus the Kings in the 4 games that they played. And I'm also taking his over 4.5 threes, +102, because he's averaging 5 3-pointers made in this series, the 4 games, and he's averaging 5 3-pointers made on the road on the season. So Steph Curry props, and I'm taking the trifecta over first quarter, first half, full game.
I think Klay Thompson is a little bit better. I'll be honest with you. The guy that I'm worried about going off in this one is Klay Thompson. That's the player that I'm worried about. Him and Jordan Poole. It's not that I'm not worried about Steph, but I just I don't know. I'm not gonna say too much about it, but I do think that Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole are X factors for the Warriors in this one. Crazy enough, I don't think it's Steph. Maybe unless he got back on the juice. Maybe he got back on the special juice, but Steph hadn't really looked the same to me lately. He could be. I mean, it's the playoffs now. Now, I'll tell you this. It's always tough going against the Warriors because they want Steph's legacy. They want him to have 5 rings, all that good stuff. They want him to be in the GOAT conversation, all that. But I'm still on the Kings here, -1 for this first game. Whoever loses this first one, I'll be on them game too. It's really that simple. So I'll put some on the Kings in this one. If they lose, then the next game I'll be heavy on the Kings. I'll tell you that. But I don't think they lose this game 1. That's why I'll go ahead and take them. You could just stay off the game and get a feel for it. If you like the Warriors, guys, don't let me talk you off. See what I'm saying? Go with your gut. But I'm going with mine. I'm taking the Kings in this one. 2 Kings on the show today. You dig what I'm saying? I'm rocking with the Kings. You dig it? I got got the little pendant, got the little crown pendant on, all that. No, but I like the Kings here, guys, for a lot of reasons, to be honest with you. I know the Warriors usually win games 1. This is not those same Warriors team. I don't give a damn about all that. Kings haven't made the playoffs in forever. I know that it could be a little adjustment period. They're going to be hyped, but I think the crowd is going to be hyped as well. I think they're going to feed off their energy. LJ, what does Marley always say? He'll hold up his chains and be like, hey, the energy. I feel like the Kings feed off their energy here tonight. I think they're going to get hyped. And it's crazy because, like, I see some people saying, oh, the Kings may not be able to know how to defend Warriors. The Kings aren't the greatest defensive team, but they do have the coach that just came and won a few championships with the Warriors as well, and Mike Brown. It's not like it's going to be something totally new here. He knows how to guard the Warriors. He knows what to tell his team to get ready for this game. Mike Brown will come out, the coach of the year. He will come out here and win game 1 and prove a statement. They might not win a series, which I do still think Kings +1.5 in this series is a great look. I think the Kings have a puncher's chance to kick the Warriors out in the first round, guys. And like I said, if this was the same type of Warriors team, why were they losing so many times on the road? Oh boy. I mean, nothing's guaranteed, but it looked like a bet just came in on the Kings. I don't know if they're watching the show or what, but I don't care about all that shit. I mean, I took the Kings last night. Give me Kings -1. That is my spot today. It's nothing heavy, guys. I will never have a heavy bet on game 1s. It's just not how I roll. You see what I'm saying? So I'll take something. We all getting a feel for the series, but I do think the Kings come out here and win game 1. Wouldn't be surprised if they won this game by double digits as well. Give me Kings -1 in this one. Couldn't talk you off the over here as well, LJ. What do you
Mhm.
think about some props in here? Maybe some Klay Thompson or Jordan Poole or De'Aaron Fox or Sabonis for the Kings in this one. Any thoughts, props other than Curry in this one?
Yeah, I can leave Sabonis props. At home, he usually puts up a lot of assists. I think he's averaging like 7 or 8, and then the rebounds is right at like 10 or 11. So the points is iffy. You know, he fluctuates around like 18, and they usually set it like around 20. So I wouldn't trust the points. He may get like 19, but as far as the rebounds and assists, he should be able to get that. He should be able to dominate in the paint like he usually do. But I didn't think about your angle with Mike Brown, man. He did used to coach up the Warriors,
Yeah.
man. So you have changed my whole mindset of trying. I may take the Kings first quarter. I may take
I
the
like
Kings
it.
first quarter.
Energy. That's what I
Yeah,
want to say that,
I may
LJ,
take the
because
Kings first
that's
quarter.
what Marley would say. He likes those first quarters in the he likes those home teams in the first quarter to come out there with the
Yeah.
energy. That's how I feel with the Cavs. I do think the Kings could come out here with something. I just worry about that. Now they should be ready to go. Obviously, this is a playoff game, the first one since 2006. But I still feel like the Kings should be ready to go here. You want to come out here and build a lead, but I don't care what happens. I think over the course of the full game, I like Kings -1 to get it done in this one, my
And then
guys.
Wiggins is coming back, so he may mess
Yeah.
up the rotation in
Yeah,
the
he coming
lineup. You
off the
know.
bench.
Oh,
He gonna
okay,
come off the
okay.
bench, and he gonna play 20 to 25 minutes. That's what they said. Trust me, if he was starting Kings first quarter, I'm telling you that
Yeah.
right now. I still think it could cash, but they are bringing him off the bench, kind of, you
Okay.
know what I'm saying, get his feet wet a little bit. But I don't care. Give me Kings full game -1. That's what I'm on. I always tell people this, guys. You don't have to take what I'm taking. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm sitting here letting you know what I'm betting. If you want to ride with me, let's cash. If you got a feel on the game, go with your gut, guys. I mean, the Warriors, yeah, they're the fan champs. They can come out here and smack the Kings up in this first game. I'm taking the Kings, though. You see what I'm saying? So take whatever. I always tell people that go with your gut. Take whatever you like. Sometimes you have to do a little handicapping. I know people don't like to cap games, all this, but if you want to put your hard-on money on this, sometimes, I mean, I appreciate you guys that you follow me, but sometimes look at the game, look at some
Yeah.
stats, look at the previous matchups, stuff like that. It won't hurt yourself, especially if you're putting hard-on money on it. You dig what I'm saying? So those are the type of people that come back and get pissed off at people. Oh, we lost this one. So Dan, you just blindly tailing somebody else. If you did some little
Exactly.
capping or something, you never
Yeah.
know. You could have talked yourself in the other side. So
We're
I
just here
want
to give you
people
the
that advice.
information. That's
Facts.
all we're here for.
And sports betting advice.
Yes.
LJ. Let's get out of here, my brother. Let's recap the free picks, my brother, and let them know anything to promote. Let them know your plays, props, all that good stuff, leans, all that good shit. LJ, what we doing?
Yeah, man, we got start off with the Nets and the Sixers. I'm leaning first quarter over 55. I'm almost certain I'm going to get there. You know, I just haven't bet it yet. Both teams, like I think the Nets will come out and try, like you say, show a sense of fight early, just because they've been dominated so much by the Sixers.
Exactly.
So I think they come out in the first quarter. Hawks in Boston, I stayed off because I don't bet Boston games, but I will strongly lean the Hawks first quarter if I was betting that game. Knicks and Cavs, I'm leaning towards the under 217. And Randall, like you just mentioned, if he starts, we're almost guaranteed he's going to play. I'm going to take the Cavs first quarter. I just think he throws off a little bit of the cohesiveness of the rotation already. So I think they'll come out slow. Cavs will smack them first quarter to show some sense of urgency and energy, like you say, at home. And same applies to the Kings. I think the Kings come out early, first quarter. You talk me onto the first quarter because, like you just mentioned, the energy of the Kings. Mike Brown used to coach there, so he knows this team. He has a feel for it. And, of course, I'm taking the trifecta over first quarter, first half, and full game because the Warriors, 13-6 to the over as a road dog, and we know that the Kings trend to the over at home. So I'm going to trust my cap, trust my number,
That's
and
what
I'm
I
going
like.
to continue to do what I've been doing, and that's the Kings at home over.
Bro, I fucking love that you said that. And that's the only thing I was saying, guys. If you cap the games, trust your cap, right?
Yep.
Like, don't even worry about what nobody else say. Trust your cap, trust your gut, put your money down, and live with the results, man. That's it. That's it right there, LJ. Cap the game and go with what you know. See what I'm saying? That's what I did. Give me Cavs in the first quarter -1.5, which with Randall playing or not. And obviously I feel a lot better if Randall's in there. Throw things out. I want him to start the game. I want him to play the whole first quarter. Give me Cavs in the first quarter -1.5. But top spot of the day is Kings -1 for me, guys. If I'm betting the Nets Sixers, I want the Nets +8.5. I'm not. That's the only side that I'm looking at that is the kitchen sink angle. Kind of the same thing with the Hawks as well. I lean Hawks in the first half and the full game. Celtics 2-5 against the spread, coming off 3 or more days rest, guys. It's just not, it hadn't been their role all season. Could they still blow them out by 20, 25 and make 25, 33s? It's very possible, but I could only look towards Hawks first half plus the 6 and Hawks full game plus the 10. Heavy lean Nets as well. But 2 official plays for me. Cavs minus 1.5 in the first quarter. I do think the Cavs come out there and catch a trifecta spot on those fucking Knicks. And give me Kings in the full game as well. Couldn't talk you off Kings first quarter, but just give me the full game for them to win the game. You can get money line minus 105. There's pick'ems out there. There's even a +1 out there as well, guys. So shop around, get the best of the line. If you like the Warriors, hey, get the best of the line no matter what you're betting, guys. But that's the show. It's time to get out of here. Back tomorrow, as always, guys. We love to do it for you guys. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. 762 people watching live. Hit the like button, guys, if you like this show. We need 762 likes. You see what I'm saying? Even if you're coming back watching this show, the playback, hit the like button, man. It's bringing the good energy, the good vibes to the show, especially if you're riding with us. Hit the like button, share the show, man. That's giving us positivity to the plays. You dig what I'm saying? And let's hope it transcends to some wins, translates to some wins as well, guys. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hope everybody has a great day, great weekend. Let's get some cash. We back tomorrow. Come on, let's go. Let's get this fucking cash. Let's go, baby. Come on.
Let's go.
Playoff mode, baby. Come on. Let's go. We out.